Greenbox is a FinTech company that helps people leverage their business financials through blockchain technology. So with me to explain more about exactly how this works is Ben Errez, the chairman of the company. So Ben, great to see you and hear more about Greenbox. Do you want to just start with kind of telling me what makes you stand out versus a lot of the other competitors these days?
Yeah, so Greenbox is the only payment infrastructure company that utilizes 100% blockchain ledger technology for payments. We continuously work on technology upgrades and release new generations of our technology on a regular basis. Lastly, our approach is holistic. We develop the operating systems and the applications on top of that. And we own all of the intellectual properties for the technology that is deployed in our ecosystem.
Okay. And then what drew you to Greenbox in particular? Because there is a lot of FinTech out there. A lot of it's very exciting technology, and it certainly seems like the future. But what was Greenbox especially drew you to that company?
Well, I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm the co-founder of this company. And through a series of smarts and lucky events, Greenbox became the only company that has both the application and the infrastructure for blockchain ledger in the payment space. We started this company about 4 years ago, released our first commercial platform in the first quarter of 2019. The second generation became available in April of this year, and we're looking forward to releasing our third generation probably by the end of this year, beginning next year.
Okay. And then the blockchain technology is what's underlying it, right? And I know, a lot of people can't quite understand blockchain. I mean, do we need to use FinTech, or is this just, it's kind of, is that like we don't need to understand code to use the internet, or do we need to? What do you think?
I get this question quite a bit. So over the different interviews, I've developed this analogy that may explain to people why use blockchain ledger for payments to begin with. So let's say you and I have a meeting, and as you come to the meeting, you drive your newly restored Porsche 356 to the valet parking, and I see this car as a Porsche enthusiast myself, and I would like to buy it. So I offer you $85,000, and you accept. So far, traditional legacy payment processing. Here's where it deviates from that. So you give the key to the car to the valet. The valet checks your provenance, meaning the title, the insurance, and your authorization to sell the car. I give the valet a key to a safety deposit box that has $85,000, and the valet checks my provenance, that the money is there, that I have authorization to transact on it, etc. And here's the kicker. The valet gives me your key and gives you my key. We are both satisfied. Then the valet records this agreement in his little black book, and the transaction is satisfied. But notice that the money didn't move and the car didn't move, and yet the transaction is satisfied. This is the kicker of blockchain, moving the provenance or the control of the asset rather than the asset itself. It creates an environment that is far more stable, far faster, secured, private, and that settles instantly. And on top of that, it has no limit to bandwidth, right? We can do a transaction like this at any amount over any physical distance. It's all virtual.
So earlier this year, you launched a second generation technology. Can you explain that platform and how it fits into the business model?
Yes. As you stated, the Generation 2 was released earlier this year in about April, and it added a few strong new features to our ecosystem, including crypto and forex handling. This enabled the globalization for Greenbox with the currently Europe focused. And we, as a result, onboarded very sizable clients with transactional volumes in Europe doubling every month since we launched it. Generation 2 also allowed integration with the newly acquired licensed money service business company in Canada. Generation 3, planned for release towards the end of the year or beginning next year, offers yet additional new capabilities. And I'm very excited to discuss those. These new capabilities add the stablecoin ecosystem, automated blockchain provenance for regulated onboarding, banking infrastructure, payment facility management, and increased capacity and speed. And we already have significant volume commitments for that release. So we're very much looking forward to that Generation 3.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it. It sounds like you've got a very kind of concrete plan going forward. So thank you so much, Ben, for joining us. It's great to hear about Greenbox, and best of luck.
Thank you for your time, Jane.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.